What happens when a same-sex couple joins a show backed by two of America's most famous Christian TV personalities? Well, the internet explodes, controversy brews, and suddenly, a quiet family becomes the face of a national debate. This is the untold story of Jason Hanna and Joe Riggs, the couple's stirring conversation, division, and inspiration on HGTV's latest frontier-style show, produced by none other than Chip and Joanna Gaines. But this isn't just about backlash. It's about visibility. It's about representation. And it's about what happens when television dares to reflect the world as it really is. So let's unpack everything, from who Jason and Joe really are, to why their appearance on Back to the Frontier is sparking so much noise, and what Chip Gaines finally said that shocked both fans and critics. Because this isn't just a controversy, it's a culture shift playing out in real time. Let's begin. So, who are Jason Hanna and Joe Riggs? They're not celebrities. They're not influencers seeking fame. They're two hard-working dads from Dallas, Texas. They've been together since 2010, building a life grounded in love, stability, and yes, advocacy. In 2014, they became parents to twin boys, Lucas and Ethan, through surrogacy. But becoming a family wasn't easy. At the time, Texas still didn't legally recognize gay marriage. That meant Jason and Joe had to fight for their rights as parents, through court documents, legal battles, and years of anxiety. It wasn't until 2015, when same-sex marriage became legal across the US, that their family was fully protected under the law. A quick pause. If you want to stay updated on all things HGTV, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video if you're enjoying it so far, and drop a comment to share your thoughts. All right, let's jump back in. That journey, it shaped everything they stand for today. Now, outside of being parents, they're professionals. Jason works in private equity, Joe works in risk management, but together, they also co-founded the Teddy Bear Party, one of Texas's most successful LGBTQ+ charity events, raising funds for organizations like Equality Texas and the Family Equality Council. Online, they go by the name Two Dallas Dads, where they share candid, real-life moments with their sons, their community, and their nearly 100,000 Instagram followers. They're not trying to be political, they're just showing what it looks like to be a family. So when the opportunity came to join Back to the Frontier, the Magnolia Network's new reality show where families give up modern luxuries to live like 1800s pioneers, they said yes. Why? Because they saw a chance to represent, to show their boys that their family is just as worthy of being seen as any other. But here's where it gets complicated. The show is produced by Chip and Joanna Gaines, the power couple behind Fixer Upper and founders of the Magnolia Empire. The Gaineses are widely beloved for their wholesome, faith-driven approach to life and business. But that faith has often been interpreted as conservative. In the past, Chip and Joanna have been criticized for avoiding questions about LGBTQ+ inclusion and for attending churches that reportedly oppose same-sex marriage. So, when Jason and Joe appeared on their show, it shook people. Some viewers praised it as progress, others were furious. Within days of the show's July 2025 premiere, a wave of backlash hit social media. Headlines appeared like, "Conservative Christians rage at reality show for letting gay people on." Comment sections flooded with outrage, and that's when Jason decided to speak. He posted one of the headlines on Instagram with a powerful caption. "Representation matters deeply," he wrote, "especially for those still finding the courage to live their truth." He continued, "When families like ours are visible, it opens doors for others to feel safe, loved, and validated." It wasn't about fighting back. It was about reminding people that visibility isn't about controversy. It's about connection. Meanwhile, Joe stayed calm. He shared media coverage with a quiet sense of gratitude and resolve. And then, something unexpected happened. Chip Gaines broke his silence. On X, formerly Twitter, Chip posted a message that some called his boldest statement yet. He didn't name names. He didn't directly mention the backlash. But his words were clear. Talk. Ask questions. Listen. Maybe even learn, he wrote. Then he added, "Too much to ask of modern American Christian culture? Judge first. Understand later. Or never." That post? It went viral. Many saw it as a direct rebuke to evangelical leaders who had condemned the couple's presence on the show. including Franklin Graham, a prominent Christian figure who posted, "God's design for marriage is between one man and one woman. Promoting something God defines as sin is in itself sin." But Jason and Joe didn't respond with anger. They responded with thanks. Joe posted a heartfelt message thanking the Gaineses for leading with love, listening, and learning. He didn't call anyone out. He just called for compassion. So, why does this matter? Because Back to the Frontier isn't just a TV show. It's a mirror, showing how far we've come and how far we still need to go. Jason and Joe aren't activists. They're not trying to push an agenda. They're just parents doing what parents do, trying to raise good kids, live their truth, and find moments of joy along the way. But even that can be radical when it's shown on TV, especially when it challenges assumptions, biases, and deeply held beliefs. So, what's the takeaway here? Well, maybe it's this. Love doesn't always look how we expect it to. And sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is simply show up, be visible, be present, and be proud. Because when you do, you give others permission to do the same. And that's exactly what Jason and Joe are doing, whether they plan to or not. They didn't ask to be the center of controversy. They just wanted to be a family. But now that they are, they're using that spotlight to say something real, something necessary, and something that in 2025 still matters more than ever. So, what happens next? Will Jason and Joe continue their journey on TV? Will HGTV embrace more diverse families going forward? Will the Magnolia Network double down on inclusion, or walk it back under pressure? We don't know yet. But here's what we do know. The conversation has already begun. And no matter how loud the critics get, the presence of families like Jason and Joe's is no longer up for debate. It's reality, it's truth, and it's not going anywhere. So, to every viewer watching this right now, whether you agree or not, ask yourself this. What kind of world do you want your kids to grow up in? One where difference is feared, or one where love is embraced, even when it looks unfamiliar? Because at the end of the day, representation isn't about politics, it's about people, and families, and visibility. So, here's to Jason, here's to Joe, here's to Lucas and Ethan, and here's to every family that just wants to be seen, even if it makes people uncomfortable. Because sometimes, that's where the real growth begins. Thanks for watching, and if you believe representation matters, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Because the louder we are, the harder it is for the world to look away.